What up, thou? Yes, indeed. It's the Who-Bangin Sports Talk Live Lounge right here on Friday. And we got our ace in the hole right here. Ski Profit in the house with us. What up, Ski? And you know for sure we got OG Wham in the building. And yes, we are here today to talk a little bit about the NBA pre All-Star break, because we know it's coming up soon, and you know those last week or so you're gonna get players not playing. You're gonna all kinds of crazy outcomes. Everybody usually takes it down to half a unit on those last couple weeks before they go to All-Star. But up until then, we've been having some wonderful competition in NBA right now, and it felt so deep on my heart today, fellas. I was like, you know what? We gotta do a show about the NBA. The NBA is what's popping right now. So, how y'all feeling today, man?
Shit, I'm feeling good, bro. You know I'm feeling good. It's good to be back talking to y'all. I feel like I ain't been on in a minute. I definitely love hanging with y'all.
Man, it has been a minute, Ski, but we know you, bro. We know you got 1,000,006 things to do, you know, every day, putting out those hitters on top of some of that quality knowledge that you drop on some of those shows. I caught you today on with a waiter talk with Joe Renari and them.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
had the robot voice going for a while on there, but we see you out there, man. We see you.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Wham? How's it been for you in the NBA? You know, everybody knows Wham OG puts those plays up, you know, religiously. So, you know, how's it been going on them plays, Wham?
Man, bro, they've been all right, man. They creeping in the good side now. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had a little cool, little solid little joint, so I'm just trying to capitalize on that. Look like we been good today too, so hopefully we can keep that shit going, bro. But you know how it is, bro. My shit be up and down. You know what I'm saying? I just need to get a little bit of sauce from y'all. You know what I'm saying? See what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the hitters today, so you know how it is. Hey, I
That's what's up.
appreciate everybody in the chat. They up in there. They talking. They talk. We got Deer Ski up in here, Gerald Jones. Oh, I think it's Alex Ramirez up in here early up in here
Man.
first. What's up with y'all, bro? 314 Sports Talk. What up with you, bro? So you know what it is. You know, we up in here, we doing our thing. Hey, I appreciate just to hang out with y'all too. Ski, I feel the same way, bro. You know, when we get the game back together, it's automatic, bro.
Hey, so I had to break them off with a little story of us right here, man, because it was IFBC a couple years ago. You know, we all end up in a room. We don't know who is who according to their handles or anything. We just a bunch of people in the room, and like Transformers. You know, we connected like Megatron. Went and took that side break. And it's been all love ever since, man. And it's been great journeys, some great times with what we got going on with all this. Oh, look, I get a girl strip out the back, Ski. But I got a question for you though, Ski. Now I haven't seen you cross over to the college football lines this year. You give up?
No, I don't give up. I'm
I mean
just
college basketball. College basketball.
college basketball.
Yeah, I haven't seen you
Uh,
make a play yet.
you know, it's just NBA usually has my attention more so at this time. I get into the college, or usually I start college at like February, end of February, and into March. You know what I'm saying? It's the tournaments before the big tournament. That's when I'm like starting to make them plays.
Yeah,
Right.
But next year you'll catch me during the season.
that's right. And we know it can irritate you sometimes, but it's all good, man. It's all good. So I mean, it's just normal business, you know, to go after the Lakers first. Let's get this out the way. Talk about
Oh,
these Lakers
The
going now.
elephant in the room.
Now let me say my little haterism. You know,
Oh
oh yeah.
man,
let's
here
get
we
the
Oh
go.
man.
hate out. Let's get the hate out first, okay? So, uh, kind of on schedule a little bit now. You guys are outplaying what I thought just a tad, because we got to the point of the season. Yeah, y'all started off to a great start, but we got to a point in the season where it's talk about longevity, tenacity, you know, that extra little oomph to come and show up every night. And we've seen last 2 weeks Lakers not show up a few nights. So this could be going across my path to defeat this bet. And you know, now what's up with Anthony Davis? You know, can't afford to have
Yeah.
him go down. And
Yeah.
LeBron hasn't took his prolonged break, you know, yet for the season. So y'all tell me how y'all gonna make it out to All-Star break? Give me the vision of what's going down from here to All-Star break. Who want to go first?
It don't matter to me. I go.
Go ahead,
Go
Uh,
bro.
for it.
yeah. I'm what I'm hoping for. Shit, I hope Anthony Davis starts sitting all of the games. He don't need to play none of them really. LeBron too. He need to sit too. Like it's a
Right.
back to back tonight. Anthony Davis better sit his ass down, and then he better not play tomorrow either. And LeBron probably don't need to play tomorrow either. Like they need to start sitting games
Right.
just like Kawhi and them. We already got what 30 wins. We solid. We only got 7 losses, I think. We good.
Bruh,
Just coast.
bro. We
So you,
15 wins away from matching what we did last year, and we was almost in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So just think about it. We only 15 games away, and it's like almost 30 games left. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of games. We got a lot of games to play. So it's gonna look good for the Lakers, in my opinion. I think it's gonna look good. They're already over 50%. So what you think? You think they can't make another 50%, bro? For sure.
what about any trades or anything like that? Y'all got any
Oh
trades y'all
hell
looking
yeah.
forward to, or what's how, we gonna finish how we are right now, or what? What's gonna be the difference?
So
Nah, I think
let me go in this real quick. Let me. I know what you gonna say. I know what you gonna say. So I'm gonna go into the point that everybody's making a big deal out of the extension or the promotion on Rob Pelinka. He just got promoted. That was already set in stone right when the little switch happened. He was supposed to get that immediately. They just couldn't think about no way of giving it to him. Now, my bro, he like, look, it's gonna be somebody coming over here for sure. And the reason why though is because we got the sauce right now. They want to come over here, bruh. It's a wrap.
You think it's like that? You think you guys really got the sauce to where players are really back to it? Because I mean, no doubt players want to play in LA. That's no, I'm not going to defeat that or anything. But y'all think y'all back to the point where players really want to come to LA?
hell yeah, people want to come to LA because we gonna win.
Ah,
But you asked who's gonna get traded or what's the trade talk.
yeah. What's the
Right.
trade talk? Let me know. You told me some nice theories in my life. Ski, can tell me a nice theory of what's gonna happen right here.
Well, I know that Kuzma's trainer was talking some shit about LeBron,
Mm.
and I don't think LeBron liked that. And ever since then, it seemed like LeBron ain't been messing with Kuz too much. So, I mean, LeBron taking pictures with the team, leaving Kuzma out, and posting "I love this team." I think Kuzma's out the door, low key.
Mm.
Wow. So Kuzma's out the door. So who do we bring in the door?
I don't know what trade they're gonna go through with, but they was talking about Bogdanovich or some other people. We'll see who it eventually is or isn't.
Now did they extend the guy? Because he was the reports are saying that Rob Pelinka initiated those talks with Bogdanovich. He initiated those talks. So he looked over there like, hey, I want Bogdanovich. He came out of the gate and said it. Like, you know what I mean? So shit, you know?
So what would you say y'all need? I mean, I would say y'all don't have that Robert Ory type Derek Fisher 3-point shooter right now. Do you think that's what you guys need?
And I also want to say I'm not saying I want Kuzma gone. I just think he is gone. But what do we need? We need somebody who can create their own shot. Like I wish we could have had Melo instead of Jared Dudley.
Now you got
Man.
to be careful with that though, because sometimes you put too many star players on the floor, and it could be more harmful than helpful. I mean, we all know what happened with the Lakers with Karl Malone and all that team. So, I mean, if you bring a person like Carmelo over there, now you got to make space for him to do what he do.
That's
So
not
I
gonna
don't know.
happen though. That's not gonna happen though. We're not gonna get no
Yeah, it's
Carmelo.
not gonna
But
happen.
I'm just saying we need somebody who can create their own shot, or we need a player like we got to find some kind of way to get Iggy so
I
we can
heard I heard
defend Kawhi.
I heard things about CJ McCollum. You know what I mean? They dumped CJ McCollum on the Lakers. Lakers give up Kuzma and a few other players. They with that young player THT, all them. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get rid of everybody again. Like
Really?
yeah, for McCollum. But the only reason why I don't think that's real is because Portland. They waiting on other players to come back and shit. They got injuries, so they probably just like let me just wait and see what I got. They might be on some shit like that.
So who do y'all think on the Lakers has to stay, and who can afford to go?
Mm, Everybody's pretty much expendable except for
Whoa, man, we seen LeBron do the two teams in one season. So if
it's
everybody's expendable, that means everybody
it's a
can
couple
go.
people that need to stay though. It's a couple people that need to stay. I'll say who needs to stay: Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee,
Right.
uh,
Why
you
not?
know,
So
who's
so I need we got to
Avery
talk about
Bradley
this.
needs to stay. I, I'm good. I'm good with KCP too. KCP
It's
could
his
stay too. He could go, but he could
KCP
stay.
could go. KCP kind of have to go because his contract's so trash, bro. His contract's so trash. If we get rid of him, we could get almost two more fucking players. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they giving players now. They don't give players on big ass contracts no more like that now. So they dropped this motherfucker. They got some shit they handle with now. You know what I mean?
Well, there you go, boss. Them is the players: Dwight, JaVale,
Now
and Avery Bradley.
now, now I'm highly against the white. Like just on the hustler spirit,
Oh, you sleep?
I never fire a guy and rehire him. That's just something I don't do.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, if I
Before the
make up
season,
my
I was like that.
if I make up my mind to fire him, he got to go. Now you don't think now? So you saying that because Dwight Howard, he took it as he owed LA a favor from his last experience here. So you think he's stepping to the plate with that?
Yep, I for sure do. He balling. I wish he was playing like
What?
this when Kobe was here. Shit.
What? Of
What?
course, heck yeah, man. Man, don't even act surprised, boss. If we had Dwight like
I mean,
that, bro,
I
come
really
on,
never really
man.
liked Dwight.
We would have been a
Dwight to me is
problem.
a stats player, but he's playing a different role right here. So he can't be the stat player that he is. He can't just go out there, get his, and care less if they win or not. He's playing a contribution position right now where he has to go out and perform. Maybe that's where he should have been for years now, because putting the full load on them was not. Um, it was not profitable in the end in none of those situations where they put him at. Even though he could put up 20 and 10 every game, somehow
Hmm.
you don't get the wins like that. Now he's coming off the
I'm
bench.
not gonna
So
knock him. I feel like that, except for just that one year. I feel like Orlando is real good. They went to what, like the finals or something.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is minus his trip in Orlando. I liked him at Orlando. Other than him coming in talking about he was going to change the mascot for the NBA to be some. Other than that, I loved Dwight Howard back then. But ever since he left Orlando, he had became a big time stat player. When I used to play fantasy basketball, I could always count on him for 20 and 10. And he would lose the games. Look how bad he did over there at Houston, all that kind of stuff. But right in this role that he's playing on the Lakers right now, I think he might have found his lane. But despicable player to me. I don't know. But let's talk about the West going down the All-Star break. What is the West gonna look like over there? So Lakers on top,
Duh.
even even if they lose a couple games going down the stretch, they got enough room. They stay on top.
Well, I don't think it matters, but yeah, I do think they're gonna be on top. I don't think anybody's beating the Lakers in 7 games.
I don't think
So,
so either. I think you got a problem with some other people health issues. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Lakers are gonna have like the same issues everybody's trying to put up on them. You know what I mean? That's the reason why they've actually favored now. They actually went from being underdogs during the beginning of the season because everybody was with the hoorah against them. Now you see their record, you see their top. They're close to the best record in the NBA, but they're so close. It's crazy. They're pretty close up to Miami Heat. You know what I mean? Like that's the craziest thing. Like I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the Miami Heat to be this damn good. So the Lakers do kind of like scare me when they get to the East. You know what I'm saying? But right now in the West, I don't have no problem with nobody over there, bro.
so what? Lakers then what is it? San Antonio on the West. Give me the top four by All Star break for the West.
Um, well, as it stands right now, the top four is Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Rockets, and
It stays like that.
I think the Lakers will still stay there. I think the Clippers will pass the Nuggets, and I think the Jazz will pass. I think the Jazz will sneak in there. So Lakers, it's tough. Who's gonna fall out? I think the Nuggets fall out maybe.
the Nuggets fall out and the Jazz move in. Well, the Jazz been playing really well, man. You put me on to that Jazz last Saturday, and I cashed that one big time. I
Bro,
got
Carson
another.
been keeping them up
I
or
got I
something.
got
That's
another
bullshit.
local card with some stale basketball lines on it, man. I had to get a hold of that again. I mean, I got +8 with the Pelicans that was down to +2. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can't
rock
look.
that. I'm gonna rock that value for
Hello.
right now. But yeah, so what about the East? What y'all got to say about the East? Who's the king of the East? Who? Because usually the East usually comes down to one or two teams that control it. Now Toronto's doing really, really well over there, and then we got the Bulls doing pretty good over there. We got the Bucks who could do well over there. So I think with LeBron out the East is finally transforming into a new type of beast. What do y'all think?
Mhm.
Yeah, the East. I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty competitive.
Right.
Yeah, and it hasn't been like that in a long time. It was like
Right.
Boston and Cleveland, maybe two, maybe three people tops. But now we looking at an East that kind of resembles the West a few years ago, despite, they still playing East Coast ball, a lot of defense, low scoring games. But at the same time, who's the best in the East? I mean,
I would say
Boston
they
looks
have
great.
more up and coming players on the East for sure.
Yeah,
I would say they
Boston
have more up
Boston
and
be
coming
looking
players
great
on
at
the East.
times. Milwaukee looks great at times. The Bulls look great at times. Which one goes to the championship out the East?
Um, well, Milwaukee, I don't really trust them because I still think I need to see Giannis shoot that jumper for 7 games, and it's
Ain't
just not
bro.
gonna happen.
Ain't bro. But I got the Bucks first half, so I'm not about to be talking about nothing
No,
bad about.
regular
Yeah,
season, the
regular
Bucks
season they
good
straight.
money,
But that's what
but
I'm saying. In the playoffs, that's what I'm saying too. Like I agree, bro.
and the Raptors, uh, I just think they don't have enough anymore. And
Yeah, I,
and
I
the
agree with you.
the Sixers, I don't trust their coach Brett Brown. I don't trust them in general. They don't play well together. They probably will be ones to make a trade too by the deadline. So I don't think the Sixers make it. If I had to pick, I mean the Heat are playing pretty good. The Celtics are playing good. I'll pick the Celtics probably or the Raptors.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Now what about the Knicks over there? Now the Knicks and the Pelicans have been two tricky teams to sometimes, and you've been doing fairly well, Ski, with the you know either fading or taking the Pelicans. What do you think about this Knicks team and this Pelican team? It's tricky teams to me.
Well, I know I'm on this game, and I don't know what the score is. I can't watch right now, but
Nah, they up by a cool little amount, 111-94. We kind of solid
okay.
on that one. I got
I'm
that one
chilling.
too.
I'm big chilling. Uh,
Yeah.
I the Pelicans, boss, you know this. There was my Lakers over there, dog. I follow them every game. Like I watch the Lakers. I was
That's
watching
right.
them before I walked up here and came on the show.
As
So
you
so
should.
the Pelicans is the sneaky team over there.
Well, you got to watch. I don't know about going forward because Derek Favors got hurt. I saw him. He left the game. He didn't start the second half, so he's a big part of why they've been going on this run because the Pelicans been healthy as a
Right.
whole unit. And now, if you see Derek Favors fall off and Drew Holiday's already off, and they start getting unhealthy, then you might not want to back him anymore. But they've been
Right.
playing good ball, yeah.
But I like Jackson Hayes. I think if he gets out, they're just gonna play more of Jackson Hayes. Him up in there doing them screen little jump
I like
ups.
Jackson Hayes too. Yep.
Yeah, he doing his thing. So I kind of rock with them regardless. And they've been covering like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They've been covering like a motherfucker. If you look at their last like 10 games, they've been covering like crazy ass rates. So I've been on them. I've been looking at them like shit, fuck it. And then
It's
it's
some
only a blessing when you own it too. So shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
it's some play on teams, bet on teams. You just got to recognize when they turn it into that kind of form, and certain
Absolutely.
Pelicans one of them teams, Jazz one of them teams, Spurs. I want to say the Spurs. I don't know how they're doing today either, but Spurs been playing well,
And I've been
and
fading the Knicks too. The Knicks is
yeah,
just
certain
lined up
teams you got to
today.
fade. Yep, certain teams
Yep.
you got to fade.
Now and like, I heard you talk about this team. I think you kind of threw with this team, Ski, and that's OKC. Now
Nah,
OKC ATS is 25, 12, and 1. They're at a
I'm not through with them.
67%. You're not
They had
through with
bet on team.
OKC?
They had bet on
Bet on
team.
team?
Yeah, I must have skipped them. I've been betting on them too. I've been riding the wave.
Oh, okay, okay. So what about also? I see right here top ATS teams right here in NBA right now. First we got Oklahoma, OKC. Then we got Miami. They're 21-14-2. We got Boston that's 20-15-1, and we got Dallas that's 21-16-0. And then surprisingly to me, this Phoenix team right here is 20-16-1 ATS. So
I don't trust them. I don't care.
it's, Toronto's not bad either. Well, I don't know.
This is
20-17-1 is not it 54%. That's not a big stat for ATS wins.
I know I talk about team that I say hell no to that I don't like. It switches up. It's during the season. Like it's been the Cavs, it's been the Spurs. I got off of them a little bit. Now it's the Suns, and I don't. I know they're playing tonight. I don't know what the score is. Oh, it just started.
Yeah, it just started.
Now, top defensive teams. Now, as a sports handicapper, defensive teams kind of is like the nucleus to sports betting. If you know a team's going to show up and play defense, you could kind of predict quite a few things. Now, a shooting team can, their shooting percentage could flatten out on you at any night, but a defensive team can stay together. For 4 quarters. Now, who do you guys like defensively? Top. Let me get both of y'all top three defensive teams in the NBA.
Um, well, you could say the Lakers, man, because they've been trying to, focus in, key in on what the rim is around, around the rim and shit. Utah definitely is, because Rudy Gobert is as long as hell. You know what I mean? The Bucks, that's why they've been playing so good towards, in the regular season, like Ski said earlier, you mentioned, but we just talking about like as far as Giannis, he can't make a jump shot. If he can't make a jump shot, they close that shit out in the playoffs. They can't score. Then they really don't have that many players that could, Jamal Crawford through the crowd. You know what I mean? They got players that that could get open and make a shot.
There's
I
so
like.
many good. I mean, that's a tough question. On the West, I mean, it's easy. It's Lakers and Clippers on the West. But then when you look at the East Coast, like if I look at the top teams on the East, that's why they're playing well because they're defensive teams, all of them damn near. And the teams at the bottom are ones that are not playing no defense. Raptors are good. Raptors are a great defensive team. I have to put them up there. Sixers are good too. It's tough. It's a lot. Orlando's good. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Orlando's good, too.
by points. They have top five right here: Orlando, Boston, the Lakers, Toronto, and Denver. But when you look at these type of stats and they're doing it by points, it doesn't calculate for the competition or stuff like that. So that could be kind of a blurred line. That's why I wanted to ask you guys because you guys give a more solid picture at those defensive teams overall. The numbers can be kind of jaded. Oh, wait a minute, we got somebody backstage. We got to bring this guy in. He got his cool glasses on. What's up, Dom
My
Richie?
man.
How you doing, fellas?
What up,
What
Dom?
it do? What it do, Dom?
How you doing,
What's
guys?
up?
How you doing there, Trot? Mr. Ski
Man.
Prophet.
Good to
Oh,
be
it's
with
See
you,
you
brother.
guys, man. Hey, DJ.
How you feeling, man?
What's
I see
happening?
you. I see you all in white up today. You got your
I'm
glasses
good.
on,
I'm good. We're getting there. We're
man.
getting there.
You the coolest dude in the AARP club I know, man.
I hear you, baby. You gotta
That's
keep
my
us
guy
keep us
right there.
alive.
That
I'm
guy ain't
starting a
clean
new
as a whistle.
I'm starting a new trend with the AARP crowd.
Hello.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Hello.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
baby.
love
How's
it.
Hello.
everybody? Good to
We
see you
all right.
guys.
But yeah,
Man.
we was
Go
talking
ahead.
some NBA, Dom,
Uh-huh.
and Ski.
Go ahead.
Me, Dom, me, Ski. Even though I know y'all know each other already, but we got to
You know
get
that's fine.
Ski on the Light It Up show. Ski, you got to come on the Light It Up show with Dom. Dom does the Light It Up show. It's not all pick base and all that kind of stuff. He has all kinds of different topics and stuff to jump in on there, man. I'm sure you would do great. It
Oh
would be a
yeah.
great show over there
Yeah,
talking
Ski
off
knows we
topic.
talked about it. We talked about it. We'll get something together soon.
I could talk to Dom all day, man. Definitely,
Yeah, man.
definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
I just been getting
that's my
situated.
that's my heart right there, Ski. You know that, right?
Yes,
We going
sir.
we going all the way over from the west to the east right there. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it,
It's
man.
all good. Right here on the Who-Bangin Sports Lounge Live. That's what we do right here. So now that you in here, Dom, um, can you got any questions for NBA from these
No,
NBA
yeah,
experts
finish
we
up what
got
you
on
guys were
here?
saying. Finish up what you were saying.
before we move over into NFL? Because I know you got something to say. I know all y'all got something to say about
Yeah,
the NFL.
yeah. My head has been strictly into that this week. That's for sure. That's for sure.
So as far as on the NBA thing, man, before we wrap it all up on there, we know y'all all pro Lakers 100. But what's your sleeper team to get in the playoffs for each of y'all? What's the sleeper team? I always love to know the sleeper teams. Sometimes they don't quite make it, but they make you a lot of money getting there.
I'm trying to
Well,
look
right
down the
now,
line. Yeah, go.
yeah, I'm about to go look at this. You know what I mean? Because pretty much it's based off of like who's at the bottom. I mean, you're looking at for the East wins and losses. It looks like towards the bottom is what you expect.
Yeah,
Chicago,
I don't think it's gonna change
Detroit.
too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
these, yeah,
really?
you know what I mean. It's not that much different. Like
The
that to
Nets,
me.
the Nets. What you think about the Nets, Wim? I think they gonna kind
Mm,
of keep that
I think they're
spot.
gonna fall. Yeah, they could keep that spot, but I can see that. I can see them falling off though. I can see them falling off.
It'll have to be the West, boss.
It had to be in
Yeah,
the West.
yeah.
So let's
25,
see right here
35.
on the West, right here. I wouldn't call Utah a sleeper team. Um,
Nah,
Nah.
if Denver showed up pretty far, it would kind of be. I don't expect Denver to stay where they are right now, but OKC's a couple games out. They although they may not be a sleeper team, they could be considered a sleeper team. And
right
I don't
now,
know the
right now,
Kings.
Grizzlies and T Wolves probably, and
Right.
Kings too.
Kings. You think the Kings got a chance to slip in there? They 15-23 right now. They got a long way to go.
But they
Well,
injured. They've been injured. They haven't had all their pieces together yet. Once they get like Rashawn Holmes is out tonight, Bogdanovich is out, Bagley's out. Once those three guys are back, then they can make a big push. But it just depends how long they out.
So what are you
Now,
in about midway in the season right now? Is it halfway yet?
Almost.
They played 26, 36, 37, 38 games, right?
yeah,
right.
What's the
37,
regular season? How many games in the regular season?
82.
Okay, so
82.
you're right about there. So
Almost on the halfway
now's a
point.
big test, right? Second half of the year now you'll really see who's gonna who the
Who's
real
gonna
teams
turn
are
out?
right
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
You
I
know.
think that's why this is such a cool show because we just talking about like right now is right before a big change. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now maybe if we were talking hella shit about this team, they go on a crazy ass run. Some of these teams go on crazy ass runs, but I don't see a team like the Pelicans being on a consistent run. Even though they my team, I hope they do it. You know what I'm saying? I know I was talking that shit the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I think they got a lot to fight for and shit because they trying to stay in the league and shit. But I don't think they're gonna be able to be one of those teams to make the playoffs in the West. So it will be in the West, like you said, bro. Like I just can't
Wow.
see it. I just can't see it right now. I think everything's kind of set right now. You know what I mean? But maybe it's different. They could take the tide. You know,
Uh, I'll
who
tell you, I was
knows?
looking at some of these games within the division. I didn't know that the Bucks are 10-0 in their division. That's something that's to me that's a big thing in any sport. These teams that do good in the division, you
Right.
notice that they usually go pretty far. I mean they're playing a lot of games within the division. I guess is one reason, but I look at that a lot in every sport on how teams do within their division. I mean, seeing the Bucks 10-0 is pretty surprising. And
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
you got a team like the Knicks that are on the opposite.
I
yeah.
can
Knicks
see.
are
I
a
can
dumpster
see.
fire.
Have
I
one
can
win
see
in
the
their
Spurs
division.
stand and OKC stand. I can see Dallas stand. I can see Utah stand. I can see Rockets stand. I can see the Clippers stand. I can see Denver stand. So it looked like the West is kind of set. If you see Memphis creeping in, it's because Ja Morant is a problem. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure you probably see some of those highlights. You know what I mean? He's always out there. So that could be it too. But
That's a
what
big
you
game
think
that's
about?
going on tonight too. I mean, Spurs playing the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
What y'all
big
on in
game.
that one?
I
I'm
got
thinking
the
Spurs.
yeah, I
Oh, go
got
ahead,
the
bro.
over in the Spurs.
I like it. So this Spurs team, that was one thing I was going to talk about. Um, for you Laker fans, I know you guys usually like to keep your foot on the Spurs' neck, and it looks like the Spurs, they started off kind of so-so. Now it looks like they're trying to wiggle out some wins. Man, what do y'all think about the Spurs overall?
they've been putting it together lately. They've been making a push. They're looking like they're getting smoked in this game, but they were 6-2 going into this game against the spread. They've been looking good, so I think they'll continue. It's just that they met a Grizzlies team that's also playing good and looking good, and
Right.
Grizzlies went that 8 spot, so it's a tough game tonight.
Yeah,
That's
Jared
what's
Jackson
up.
is balling. He look like he balling right now too.
If you look at the teams against the spread, there's some teams that are like that are mid pack that are really good against the spread, but their record isn't like Oklahoma City, man, 26-12 against the spread. But meanwhile they're still 22-16. That's and with Denver and Utah in front of them, that's a kind of team that you look for maybe
Yeah, that's the
to cover
spot.
some games, man.
I've been
Yeah,
Look
backing
at a
them.
bunch of Clippers too, 21-17. I mean, that's not bad. The Lakers
not at
don't
all.
seem to cover the spread as much, 19-17. The Denver Nuggets 15-18 against the spread, but they're leading their division. That's
Yeah, they
Wow.
never
yeah,
cover.
that's something to keep. Those are the things that I like to keep. Yeah, 15, 18, and 4. Amazing. Yeah, they don't cover much at all, I guess, right, Ski? That's a tough team. I guess the lines are inflated with them or whatever, but that's something to look at is you know looking
Most
to go
definitely.
against Denver and some of those maybe big spread games.
Absolutely, man. So
That's why a lot of people like Dallas today. And we could. That's a perfect segue. That's why a lot of people like Dallas today because after a loss, they're pretty good against the spread this year, 9-3. But after you really think about this team, the Lakers, man, this is not one of those regular teams. You can't really look at a spread or a trend. They're going against a team that's a little bit more longer than them. They're better at the guard play, you know what I mean? But let's see what happens when LeBron gets the whole little rock. See what he does, you know what I mean? Maybe try to push for the MVP. You know, sit down, Anthony Davis. I'll let you get next year. You know what I mean?
hey, but we halfway through this one right here. I'm gonna stop and give a shout out to our sponsor right here, All Pro Moving. And if anybody's out there looking to move anytime soon, make sure you look at All Pro Moving and tell them about Who Banging Sports, and they get $500 off your next move.
500, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna run the commercial, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit about some NFL. I'm sure everybody.
It's
Sure,
NFL time.
I'm sure it'd be a nice breath of fresh air for all of y'all to be able to talk about NFL, being that we always so busy with NBA. Dom does a lot of NHL. Me, the college football, but NFL is where it's at. It's that time, the biggest
Oh,
game of the year coming up, the Super Bowl. But let's get right
run
back to
that
that in a
spot.
second.
Hey, it's Don Ricci here. And for someone who's been in the moving business for over 35 years, I know how stressful it can be. You call All Pro Moving Group, the interstate moving specialist. They're fully licensed and insured, and they can help you out with every facet of your moving. Their number is 817-893-2233, and they gave us a special code for the Who Bangin' Sports Talk customers, and that's All Pro Nick 1 for $500 off any move. That's right.
That's All Pro Nick
All
One
pro.
for $500 off your next move.
500.
Hey, and I just
Hey,
had to
that's
move a
up, man.
little. I just bought some new furniture myself and had to move a couple things, and I don't want to move no more. So if I'm moving out of state, I'm definitely
Uh,
calling All Pro because
uh,
I damn sure not carrying. I didn't like going up the stairwell a couple of times. I'm not about
oh
to
man.
do up and down to the truck
No.
and back into the new spot.
First, you got to go rent the damn truck. You got
Run
to
that
go
500. Run that
drive the
500.
truck. You got to get
So
your
who you got,
friends to
boss? Who you got,
come and
boss, this
load it.
weekend? Who you got this weekend?
Go ahead, man.
Oh man,
Tomorrow,
let's.
so we got tomorrow's is the Vikings 49ers is the early game,
Yep.
right? And then followed by Tennessee and the Baltimore Ravens.
So let's
Mm.
go into the Niner
Minnesota.
game first.
Go ahead.
Um, I like what Minnesota is doing on defense. They offense shows up whenever they want. But the 49ers is young. They got a little rest behind them. They played a tough schedule. They probably excited for this game. And I really expect the 49ers to win. But I'm running on the fan side, my fan side bet right here. I'm gonna be taking plus points with Minnesota and rooting for my Niners to win by a field goal in this one. And on the total side of it, that's where the total side gets kind of tricky because of Minnesota often showing up when they want to show up. And the 49ers, they're not keen in on just blowing teams out. But if you want to score, they'll score. If you want to play a defensive game, they'll play a defensive game. So, and, numbers kind of tricky right there too, sitting right at 45 and a half, So I don't know.
And
I
I
guess
think
I
it
was
did drop, right? I think it was maybe a point and a half or 2 points higher at the beginning of the week, I believe, or when the line first came out. So there was definitely some action to the under from the get go, without a doubt.
I mean, if I had to lean, I'd take a lean to the under, but it's a playoff game. It could go extra time. All it takes in football is for one team to score and the other team gets jealous and returns the score real fast. Now you got 14 points out the way and 30 points to go. So
Right.
I don't know what y'all feel about the total in that one.
You know, uh, um, the Vikings defense is a tough defense, and they could I could see them holding the 49ers down a little bit, but I tell you, I liked the first half under the most in that game. I didn't like the full game under. I liked the first game under at 40 at 23, but now it's like 21 and a half or 22. So it's a tough bet right now for sure. The key for me with the Vikings is Thielen going to play or not? That's the key, because I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the league, and I think if he plays, it's a key to the Vikings to have any success is if Adam Thielen is playing. I know he got stitches in his ankle. I know we talked about it on the chat before. We don't know if he's playing or not, so I think that's a big key. It's a tough spot for the Vikings, though. If you think about it, they got a bad scheduling spot. For them to have to play that game Sunday and then play the first game on Saturday is a bad spot. It is a bad
Right.
spot for them. But I would like to see this game creep over 7 and go into maybe like late money, or something. But it's already Friday night. I would have liked to see this game go to 8 or 9 to take the Vikings. But there's a couple of prop bets that I liked more than anything. In the playoffs, I start looking at prop bets more. I mean, there's some decent, like even 2-point conversions. There's one that's plus 800 in the Seahawks game, and plus what? It's something like that in this game too. If there's a 2-point conversion, which is
I think we get. I think we get an overtime out of one of these games this weekend. I think
I'll tell you,
best prop
those are
for me
some
is
nice
overtime.
numbers. If you bet that there's going to be an overtime, if you look at those props, there's some big numbers on those props. I mean, you could technically bet all 4 games and hit one and would come out ahead. But I thought the same thing with a 2-point conversion because it is the playoffs and you do things different.
Now, Ski, Chargers is out of here, and I know you always got some action on the NFL. Who you like to win the championship?
Oh man, win a championship. Let's
The
see.
Super Bowl or the championship?
The Super Bowl championship.
Well, the championship really is NFC championship,
That's
AFC
cool. That's cool.
championship.
Y'all both got
Yeah.
to talk about the Niner game, and then y'all just like, all right, Ski. You could have been thinking about the Niner game this whole time. Like, yo,
Well,
I'm about to say this.
I
done
talked
pulled
about
up
that
this
Niner
stat.
game.
I done
I
pulled
talked
this
about it
up, this
yesterday.
up.
So
Go
I
ahead,
could
Ski.
go
What do you
with
like on tomorrow? First of all, what do you in the Niner game? Do you like the Niners with -7?
Nah, I kind of lean more towards the Vikings taking the points. I think road dogs kind of do good in this divisional round, and Mike Zimmer getting the points. I think there's a thing for Kyle Shanahan as a favorite. I think they don't do so well, and Mike Zimmer versus division or whatever. I think Mike Zimmer just has a lot of trends in his favor. So
Right.
I haven't done all of my research tonight.
Yeah,
They're gonna get a lot of turnovers.
I'm gonna wake up early and do it, but I'm leaning towards taking the Vikings with the points.
yeah. You're right with Mike Zimmer. You're right. You're 100% right with your theory with him. I'll tell you, San Francisco better be ready to go. They better be ready to go because they could find themselves in a dogfight. And I know a lot of people might not think so, but they could find themselves in a dogfight tomorrow.
I mean, well,
you
shoot,
know.
they're a well tested team, which could either mean they're tired or mean they're up for the challenge. So I think
right?
this game
Big
right
pressure
here.
on them. I would think the pressure is on them, right? Obviously, the pressure's
Oh
on the
yeah.
49ers 100%, and on Garofalo. And I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the
That'd be a
offensive
good game.
coordinator already probably got a job already too, so
Good way to start the
they out
game
of
off.
there.
So then
Hey, you
after that,
know,
we got this Tennessee game with the Ravens. I know the Ravens are everybody's favorite and stuff, and I did say at the beginning of the playoffs that I don't think the Ravens will be playing for the championship game to get into the Super Bowl. I don't even think they'll be playing that
You
game.
staying there? You staying on
So
that?
I'm sticking with it, and we'll see what happens. I don't, listen. I'm not convinced yet with the Ravens. I guess maybe tomorrow will convince me more.
What's not convincing you about the Ravens? Is it the defensive side of the ball or the offensive side of the
Well,
ball?
first of all, the defensive side of the ball they aren't great on the defense. They're not great against the run. Their schedule this year, they really didn't play a lot of great offensive teams. And, I don't know. I don't think they're really tested yet. I really don't think they're tested yet. I think Tennessee, I don't think they could win the game, but I think their defense could hold them down.
No,
There's something about it. I don't know. There's something about the Ravens that I'm not. I would just love to see them come from behind and win
Well,
where you have to.
I would question that and just ask you this: they already beat the Niners, right? So that's one team that's still in.
That was
They
hurt.
are, right?
That was all
Okay,
banged up.
you can say that.
I
You can
mean,
say that. They already beat
yeah.
them though. They already beat
I
them.
mean,
And then they could. Do you think they can't beat Green Bay? You don't think they could beat Green Bay?
Green Bay. There's another team I don't think is good.
So I believe they could already beat
Yeah.
everybody
See,
in this
Green Bay's a
in this
team I
division
think.
already.
If any team is going to lose a home team tomorrow, I think it's Green Bay. So that's just from the outset. But
hey, boss,
I'm just not convinced on
yeah.
the Ravens yet. We'll see. Just something
boss.
about them. I'm not convinced yet. And
I
I'm not
got.
convinced. I'm not ready to anoint
You got to
Lamar
bounce out of
Jackson
here, don't you, Ski?
for the Hall of Fame yet.
No, not yet. But I was saying I got the answer to your question now.
Oh, go ahead, go for it.
I think from NFC, I probably would pick the Vikings, and from AFC, I would pick the Ravens. And I mean, I want the Ravens to win. They're probably going to be the big favorite anyway, so I probably would pick the Vikings just because they're the value.
Right.
Yeah. I think I hate to take the Vikings being I'm a Niner fan, but I don't know. Offensively, well, the Vikings were kind of beat up. They got what was it, Cook back, and they did a lot better. But it would surprise the hell out of me if the Vikings
Let
were
me
in the
ask you a
Super Bowl.
question. If the Vikings play Green Bay or Seattle, are you confident that either one of them are going to beat the Vikings?
No.
I think Seattle could beat them for sure with the.
I would love
with
to see the
experience.
Viking Green Bay matchup. I was wanting
I
that
think if they
matchup.
go
I
Green
was
Bay,
loving
I think
that
it go
matchup.
Green Bay. It's going to be Green Bay because they're the better. I think they had a better quarterback, and they actually had a better running back, in my opinion, in this case too. That's if healthy. I feel like they possibly had a better running back as well, so it could possibly be one of those type of games. They could pull it off. Green Bay could pull it off on them. Being at home and everything as well. Divisional rival. That's a big game.
I feel you.
I think Green Bay got a tough matchup tomorrow. I know it's too bad Seattle's so banged up.
Yeah,
I
but
agree, though.
Seattle. I like that they're getting 4 points and now it's 4.5
Yeah,
points. I like it. I like
because
Seattle.
Seattle doesn't lose by that much.
No, and they're a great playoff team. And you take out the Packers running game, you win the game. You can't you ain't putting the ball in Rodgers' hand no more to win the game. Those days are over.
in
That's gonna be the
in the
problem.
fourth quarter, in the playoffs, Rogers got a lot to prove, and if he wants
but
any part
historically,
of
Seattle hasn't done good in Green Bay historically. That's the one
true,
drawback.
but
They
if
haven't,
Rogers want any part of Canton, Ohio, and being Hall of Famer, he gonna have to show up in a playoff game soon.
I mean,
And
you could arguably say like that if you had one quarterback that you would take tomorrow in the playoff games this weekend, you might take Russell Wilson. He has the most playoff experience and has the most success out of the quarterbacks, right? That are playing.
but he takes the most sacks, and he doesn't have the best line, and he's running for his
they're
life.
banged up. No, I know, I understand that. I'm just saying in general, Russell Wilson would be the quarterback I would pick. If I
But
had
the
one
Hold on.
quarterback to pick for this weekend, I would pick Russell Wilson.
It'll be
now the
Russell Wilson. And it'll be over Lamar Jackson. You put
I
him
would
over
pick
Lamar
Russell
Jackson.
Wilson for a playoff game. Oh, 100%. Over
I
Lamar
couldn't do it.
Jackson, 100%. He might
Not
even be
this
my
year.
third or fourth pick, Lamar Jackson. I would
yeah
pick Mahomes. I would pick Mahomes over Lamar. Without
the,
doubt.
Experience.
Sorry, Try. I can see
No,
you're
I
saying.
understand. No, I understand. No, I
look,
I'm not
understand.
ready to.
You
I'm not
know,
ready to give Lamar all these
MVP.
accolades, man. Just
He's
remember
MVP
last
right
year's
there. Yeah,
playoffs. Let's see
hey,
if he
yeah.
rebounds from last year's playoffs.
and that's why the Who-Bangin Sports Lounge is one of the best places to talk sports because you're getting
That's
the
right.
view from the East Coast end, the West Coast end, from the younger crowd, the older
In about
crowd, the
40
middle
years from
Right.
crowd,
now.
and
And I think that's a great angle though. That's a great angle to look into. Like
That's
this
right,
is how
Try.
we make money. You know what I mean? We work together.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
That's right.
absolutely,
this
absolutely.
is how I know he's possibly wrong about the Ravens though, because
Exactly. I
they're gonna
might be.
continue from what it looks like. Even if they beat the Titans, right? They're still gonna continue to get doubted. You know what I mean? So you're gonna be able to still be able to get value off that ass.
Yeah, but we're not getting no value at the line that we got this weekend against the Titans
Nah, I
unless
No,
we
we
mean,
take
10
the
didn't. Not at
Titans.
points.
all.
No.
Unless we take the Titans, so that's
But
that's not
listen,
going to change because
but
the
you don't hear
public
me
is
saying
so.
that I'm going to take the Titans tomorrow plus 10, though, either, Try. I didn't
Ah,
say
you
that.
You
don't.
hear me
I
say it?
didn't say that, right?
I'll say
I didn't
it.
say
I'll say
that.
it right now. I'm
Ah,
taking
You
the
hell
know?
Titans.
nah.
Plus,
Nah.
I'm taking.
I'd rather go with O'Brien's Texans than go with the Titans
No,
against
that's
Lamar
the
Jackson,
See,
that's
bro.
going
No.
to be the blowout team is going to be the
as
Chiefs.
you know,
I already took the Chiefs minus 9.5.
But that's what I'm saying. I'd rather take that team rather than taking this team. I rather, you know what I mean? I don't
I,
see it in the Chiefs like everybody else. Not this year. I
yeah,
don't see
I
it.
think they're coming. I think the Chiefs are
Hey, one
coming on
thing
strong. The last three games, the
I kind
last
of
three
lean
games they came up. Go ahead,
I,
Ski.
I kind of lean towards the Chiefs, but at the same time, I just think like the Chiefs defense isn't really all that, and Deshaun Watson is a good quarterback. So shit, he makes some great plays happen. I
Oh,
think
he is.
he
He
can maybe
is.
keep it close, especially like I think if you like the Chiefs, I think you maybe want to look early because in the second half, I feel like that's when Deshaun Jackson does his damage.
Right.
well,
Yeah, but he's that whole team, right? They're
yeah,
putting that's the problem with the Texans.
yeah,
It's
and he's not
It's a
getting
lot
no
of
blocking.
problems.
He's
it's
he's
him.
carrying the
Yeah,
shoulders the team on his
great
shoulders
player.
because
No, good player.
he's not getting the blocking that he deserves back there.
I'll tell you, they had a good second half last week. I mean, but the Bills just collapsed. Josh Allen like shit his
Man, come
pants,
on, man.
and
That's it.
the coaching was just brutal. And I don't know what happened. But whatever adjustments, I'm always going against the Texans coach. I'm always
So
bad
I'll
mouthing
tell you
him,
a
but
story.
he did a good job last
I'll
week, the
tell you
second half.
a real story. I'm at work and I have, it's a little bit on it, you know what I mean? I put it out, I tweet it out and everything. Like this is
Yeah,
one of my plays, regular plays. So I'm at work and I'm like literally like on edge. We go to fucking overtime. Josh Allen, you know what I mean? He got the first touchdown. I'm like, man, he could possibly get two. I wanted to take the over prop on him to get two touchdowns. You know what I mean? That was a heavy juice because you could make your own prop and shit. So I wanted to do some crazy shit like that, but I didn't. You know what I mean? But luckily I didn't because he never got a fucking other touchdown. But little of that, but I'm arguing with my coworkers, bro. Arguing with my coworkers because they all going against me and shit, knowing I got all the money on this shit. I'm like, oh, irritated as fuck. Irritated as fuck, bro.
Be
Irritated as
careful who you
fuck,
watch
bro.
the games with.
Man, I'm shut the hell up this week, bro. I ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? About to be a quiet better this week, bro.
that's funny when you type in that. So I typed in that I took the Chiefs minus 9.5, and my name come up. Then it came up
Yeah,
on the Trot's name.
yeah,
So for all you out there, Trot didn't take that. I did. I took the Chiefs minus 9.5. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but boy, I could type some shit right now.
that's
Right,
all right.
Ski?
It's
Is
gonna
this a
come out.
Kuzma opportunity to get traded? If he ball out today, Ski, you
That's
think he's
Yeah,
a Kuzma opportunity to get
I'm about to go
traded?
watch him right now. Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
man, I need to watch this game too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to everybody. I'm on the Lakers first quarter money line. I just gave that out right now. I don't give a damn, bro. I've been on that shit before the game started. We just never got to it. Lakers first quarter money line. That's what the fuck I'm on, man. I think we're gonna come out. We've been covering that shit, so fuck it. Let's keep going.
Oh,
That's
cool.
right.
Good bet.
Now,
all right.
before we get out of here, we're gonna go ahead and bounce out with you, Ski, because we
Okay.
already almost finished. But I just want to say just a note because Big Ragu's in the chat. He says he got the Chief all the way. We talked about the Chiefs yesterday, me and him on the Boss and the Sauce. And just a question to y'all, real quick. Now we know Andy Reid has not been able to make it over the hump with all. He's had a lot of talent. He has a lot of team. He has a big playbook, all kinds of stuff.
70% after a bye though, ATS.
And he haven't been able to make it over that hump. Is this the year 2020 when the Chiefs make it over the hump?
Well, the first
No.
thing is he don't have the Patriots. That hump is out of the way, so that gives him a little bit more. He's one of the greatest coaches off a bye, so that bodes well for tomorrow. But you know, I like the Chiefs to be playing in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Whoa.
I know you guys like the Ravens. I know you guys like the
I'm
Ravens.
a Charger fan. I hate the Chiefs, so no.
Oh, there you go. So you'll have Tom Brady next year.
Ski, fuck that talk, bro.
Ski, Tom Brady's coming to your team next year. Ski.
Yeah, I heard that rumor. I'll take him.
Yeah.
Anybody over Rivers.
I don't blame you.
Man.
I don't blame you.
And I'm banking on a Niners Raven rematch in the Super Bowl. That's what I want.
So AB said he going wherever Tom goes. So if Tom goes to the Chargers, bro, they might get a discount on AB.
That's funny right there. Hey, but we'd like to thank all of our people in the chat for joining us. Alex Ramirez, Big Ragu, much love to the Ragu family. Got in a small car accident. Everybody's fine, but couldn't make it to the show today. Shout out to Gerald Jones. Shout out to Dear Slayer Ski.
There he is.
Get that
There he
out
is.
of here.
Yeah, stay here. Stay in for a little while. Let's geek it out, and we'll stay on for a few minutes.
No.
For sure. Yeah, we got to get a little NBA pick. I mean, a little NFL pick.
All right, I'll holla at y'all. Yeah.
Yo, see you later, Ski. Talk to you later, Ski.
All
Where
right,
you
y'all.
going,
All right,
Steve?
brother.
No, stay, brother. Stay. Don't go nowhere, man.
I gotta see my Lakers.
Oh, you got to see the Lakers?
Lakers,
All right, man.
Lakers first quarter, Doc.
I got the
Lakers
first quarter
first
right
quarter.
now. Money line right now.
You don't know nothing about the
I got
Lakers stuff.
time to
Big
get it
Ragu.
in. I got time to get it in. Lakers first quarter. They starting
Nah,
yet?
it's not
Look,
about
it's already started. They already up
Oh
5.
man, I just walked in the house, man. Just got in, so I apologize for not getting here early.
So
But
it's
Uh,
cool.
hang
I
with
really didn't get to pull it out,
All right,
so
man.
I'm not gonna post that shit. So
Later, Ski.
anybody, I'm not gonna post that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about
I
to go
just gotta
out of here too and watch this game, bro.
I make a quick
All right.
cameo and I'll check
Trot,
out.
we'll talk to you over the weekend, man.
Yeah, y'all don't know about these Laker fans, man. They got all kinds of traditions. They got to
I'm
watch
telling
the
you,
game
man.
standing on one foot
The
with
world
popcorn
stops.
in
When
one
the game
hand.
comes on, it's over, man.
Yeah,
check
they
it out.
got to drink a certain drink and all that stuff. So we're gonna let them Laker
Hey,
fans do what they do.
I can pull it up on my phone. Y'all just don't mind me if y'all catch me looking at my phone like this and shit. You know what I'm saying? I can stay on with y'all. It's
Do what you
nothing.
got to do, man.
That's
Oh,
what's up, though,
good.
Ragu. Everything's good. You got the car out the gutter and
Yeah,
everything.
what's
Y'all
going
good?
on, Ragu?
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
you
when
good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I was just listen when Dom came on and DJ said, you know, the AARP thing and all that. So I said I just crashed my car because I was laughing so hard. Everybody thought I got in a car accident. I was just making a joke, man. I'm good. Everything's good. Gotta go rest for the wife. I'm good.
For
So,
sure,
anyway.
for sure.
So, Doc, what do you the Minnesota game? What do you think about that game?
Minnesota, they're banged up in the receivers a little bit. You know, they got some
that's what I said.
questions.
Thielen, he's the key to the damn team, right?
He's
Him-
gonna play. He's gonna play. He's gonna
Yeah.
play. They
He's
already
going
said
to
he's
strap
gonna
it up. He's going to strap him on and get on the field. But to me, the success of that team is Dalvin Cook. If Cook doesn't perform, that's not the same team without him. They're a different team with Cook. So, and you know the thing is too. Don't forget they play Sunday and they got to come back on a short rest.
They got such a
Saturday.
bad spot for that, right, bro?
It's tough. It's tough. And
That was a bad spot for them to put them on that scheduling like that. That's a
That's what I'm
tall
saying.
order to ask for a team to do that.
But if you're going to back the Vikings, definitely wait because I think they're going to get pounded. You know, they're going to keep pounding that number up before game time. So I think if you're a Minnesota player, you need to wait before the game goes and bet at the last minute because I think you're going to see some heavy money come in on Frisco.
So you think it might go to the 8 points or something like that?
Yeah. I think it's still going to climb. I think so.
Right.
All these games are going to climb this week. You know, everybody's going to be back in the favorites. You know, Ravens, the Chiefs,
Without
Green
doubt.
Bay. Green Bay's already moved. Now I played Green Bay early early when the number came out. I got in at 4. I know that's going to see 5.5.
Yeah, without doubt.
Yeah. So
I took the under in the first half, under 23.5, I think it was, for the first half. And there's going to be some. There's going to be some weather up there too for that game. There's going to be. As a matter of fact, I see the story today that they're asking for volunteers to shovel at the stadium.
Yeah, some volunteers to shovel at the stadium. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, that's funny.
But Seattle, the one thing about Seattle, though, they eat and
playoff team, man.
That team always no matter what the circumstance with Wilson, even though they're banged up in the running back.
Right.
They're banged up.
Oh, yeah.
Got Marshawn.
You can't count out Seattle though, right? You can never count
even
them
DJ
out,
said, Pete Carroll, he always finds a way to
I like him.
to kind of come in there. He's a money coach, he knows how to win. He's been down that road before. He's a money coach. That's a guy you want on your sidelines when it comes to playoff is Pete Carroll.
Yeah, when he starts
Pete the cheat, no matter how many you talk about the Patriots cheating, that guy's a professional cheater. But you know what? I love him for it. He's a gamer. He goes out and he puts his best.
You don't get caught, right?
Yeah, well, you don't get caught. Right.
When you see Pete bite his lip, when he bite his lip and shake his head, you better be careful, boy. He coming for you.
I didn't say this last night, but you got to make sure you got a lot of gum on the sidelines for him because he'll wear that damn gum out chewing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, walking that sideline, that's for sure.
Hey, I tell everybody this. I'm gonna go with a teaser this weekend.
I love it,
and I'm gonna tease all these because I think in these play I don't see no big time blowouts, which probably one of them will end up a blowout. But I'm gonna take my chance and I'm gonna take all those big lines. Tennessee. Give me extra points with that. Minnesota, give me extra points with that. All the way down the line, I'm gonna go ahead and take all those extra points. I'm gonna do a 3-team teaser. I'm gonna take Minnesota +6. As they're gonna give me 6, probably 13. I'm gonna take Baltimore. I'm gonna take Tennessee plus some more points, and I'm also gonna
20.
I'm gonna take Houston as well plus some more points.
You're looking at 3 scores with that teaser there, 10 pointers. You're looking at 3 scores in most of those games to cover.
We all watched the NFL this year, and dogs ate pretty good this year. So I'm gonna lie with it, man.
I'll tell you the truth. I would take if I was gonna do that. I wouldn't take the Texans. I would take Seattle and put them at plus 15 points.
See, but the Texans, the only thing about the Texans that it's like the largest line. You could get 10.5 on that, I believe.
What I was hearing about the Texans and ATS and some big time games, they're bet on. They're 9-7-1 ATS. They're like a bet on team. You're getting 10 points. You can add an extra 6 or 7. Give me that 17, 16 points with Tennessee, man. I mean. If they blow them out and I get beat, I don't feel that bad, Now, if I take Baltimore -10,
no, I said the Texans, not Tennessee. Texans.
The Texans, yeah. No, I'm rolling with the Texans too. I mean, Kansas City's at home. I heard it's supposed to be a little bad weather or something out there, right?
Yeah, Green Bay also some bad weather.
That's a tough place to beat a team. Is Kansas City? That's a real tough place to play.
Yeah,
and Andy Reid's ATS is almost like 70% or something like that.
And off a bye, he's
off a
like
bye.
the second best.
Off a bye, he's crazy.
I heard Will Capper talk about the under as well. The under is even crazier.
Now I would take Tennessee plus 20 points in a 3-team teaser. I would take that.
Maybe I'll take
out good with totals under teasers. Under teasers usually take dogs. They usually correlate with dogs on the teasers to the under, plus the points.
Yeah,
but I don't see him winning by more than 3 scores in that game. I can see maybe 10 points, maybe 13, somewhere in that long.
I like the unders in those games anyhow. So if I was going to do teasers, I would be doing it on the totals.
Yeah, maybe
I like
I'll tease
almost
the
every
total
under
on that one.
in those games next week.
Look what happened last week with the teasers with New England and New Orleans. They got carried out. The players got carried out.
New Orleans killed me. The Saints killed me last week. I had the Saints
had a field day.
8 different ways, including winning the NFC Championship.
Wow!
Shout out to the Lakers, man. They making me look good like a motherfucker right now.
Ooh.
There you go.
Good.
Cash them tickets, baby. Cash them tickets.
Oh, there you go. Our boy Top Set says he likes the Texans and the under Green Bay teaser. Yeah, that's a good one.
I
That's a
like it.
good one.
Here we go. Prince of the City jumps
Uh-oh.
in with
Uh-oh,
the
hold on.
LSU shenanigans, huh? Now
So,
are you trying to
You
time?
gotta,
Are you
you gotta
trying to
way to
time Big
block that
Red
guy.
Gold?
Throw him out of the chat.
You just throw him off the chat. Get him out of here. Hey, settle down, Prince of the City. Settle down, Prince of the City. We on Clemson, bro.
We ain't talking
We on
about the
Clemson.
Eagles. This is not the Eagles. Eagles are
Yeah,
done.
settle down,
Boys.
settle down,
man.
Prince of the City. We on Clemson. No more jambalaya, man. That shit give you
so
diarrhea,
in that
bro.
game, in that LSU game, that should be a high scoring affair. No, I mean I
Ooh,
see
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
you
I'm on
don't
the
think so?
under.
The total is 69. You think it's going to be
I'm on the under.
oh
I think
cool.
we got some recency bias with the LSU game where
Uh-huh.
they stood up for the coach in that game. You know, it probably was planned out by coaching. And let's gather these guys to beat these guys down in respect to the offensive coordinator. You got another better quality team, better quality coach they coming up against. They're not gonna have the freedom to do all that. I don't think. If they do, they beat me. You know, if they beat me, they beat me. You know, gambling is a risk at some point. Hey, beat me in a 80 something point game in a championship game for college football. Beat me over 69 right there. I'll take it.
Sorry.
I'll
Right.
take that beating.
10 touchdowns or lose.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
that's a game that, like we were talking about. There's a lot of different bets for that game. There's a lot of prop bets on that game, and
We're going to talk
we'll
about those
get, we
Monday
should,
night. Right?
we're gonna get a show together, and we'll do a special light it up on Monday night, and we'll go over all those bets we could take for that game. You know, we'll come on earlier. So, what's the game start at 8 o'clock? What
Yeah,
time the
8
game
o'clock
start?
your time.
8 o'clock
8:30,
Eastern.
something like
Yeah,
that.
so we'll do something and get it up by like 6 o'clock or so. So or 5, 6 o'clock, so people can follow the. And we could find some good bets for that game. It should be a good game, interesting game for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey Paco, we on Clemson. That's right. Turn up. We on Clemson.
Oh, there you
Cheers,
go.
bro.
Hey, Paco.
Hey, this
our
is
guy,
not.
our,
This is. Hey, first off, I'm sorry you got for cutting you off, but this is not like fish poop. They thought this was fish poop. I got like some Christmas
Fish-
colored cups and shit. So there's some green ones. I got some
Well,
red ones. You know what I
what
mean?
did you say? Fish poop?
They thought this shit was fish poop. I was drinking water. I was drinking water on Wham Talk on Wednesday and shit. And they thought it was fish
Yeah.
poop. So I just wanted to make sure all our viewers know this shit is not fish poop. Come on, man.
He wants to make it clear he wasn't drinking.
But at
fish
the same
poop.
time, that
Thanks for
sounds like a
clearing that
great
up,
drink,
man.
doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like a great drink?
Yeah, a good name for a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, we
yeah,
should
catchy.
definitely make that. Somebody's gonna definitely buy it, guys.
Yeah,
Come on,
marketing.
man.
They do a lot with marketing with that
Go.
sucker.
There you go.
But
That'd
sticking
be a
to
good drink.
the
Good drink
NFL
for
games.
Dolphins.
Paco, what NFL games you like this week? What are you guys on?
he says if he
Prince,
sees
what are you guys
6
on
and a
this
half.
week with these games?
I don't know. I think Prince just came over here to taunt Big Ragu with the Clemson pick, man. I don't know,
Nah,
man.
we on Clemson, man. Chill
He's
out.
good at that. He's good at that,
Yeah,
right? Right, Doc?
Yeah, he says I lost the contest because of the Eagles. It wasn't even close on account of the Eagles. The Eagles didn't lose no contest for me, but I did lose some plays with the Eagles this year. I did, but I also won some pretty good plays with the Eagles too when people were up against them. But Wentz played out of his mind this year. He really did. Had his best season ever, and he just, his supporting cast wasn't there to get the job
If
done.
you read the list, if you just read that list of injuries that they had and the names of top plays that they had out, they really did an amazing job getting to where they did. It's
definitely
I'm no big Eagle fan by far, but I'll tell you, you got to give them some respect for holding a team together. The coach did a good job. That team was decimated right off the get go.
So on the Boss and the Sauce extravaganza, what they're not talking about is that your boy Trot Wham on number 26. Not talking about
man,
that.
that's awesome.
Don't talk about that. Be quiet. I got
Hey,
Clemson
you wanna-
plus 5.5,
Attaboy.
and I
That's
got
right.
the over 69.5. Come on, that was
That's
69.
right.
69.
That's great work, my man. Because if you want to look at my record, it's pitiful. I'm
My
like,
record.
I'm the Poppy parlay parlay. My guy Poppy, man. But I'm the Poppy of that contest, man.
I don't
suck.
know. I'm right there with you. I think I'm like 144 or something,
Yeah,
man.
me and you were battling towards the top. Now we're bringing up the. Here's the way I got to analyze that. Okay, it'd be a cold day in hell that I win a contest with my name in it, or you too, for that matter,
True
big man.
that.
So
But
people think the contest was fixed if we won, so we got to go just the opposite. We got to come in stellar just that, and it's good for the contest too, because don't they have like some kind of a bounty on us?
Yeah, everybody gets paid some points that beat us. So we ended up doing this one for the people.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Got to give the people.
Hey, I made sure I got my points,
people
bro.
what they want.
Trying to get mine.
Hey, but that's great though, Wham. I really appreciate you stepping up and busting them on that one, man. We needed somebody from the Who-Bangin Sports to step in on that one. So shout out to you. We got your back on that 100%. Hope you go up to number one in that bad boy.
Clemson. Let's hit the over. Let's hit the Clemson. Come on.
But one thing I must say, as a testament to sports gaming, is that, and you guys can see from watching us, we were really good during the season, not so good on those bowl games. It's just like non-conference games and conference games, that the whole mentality, the whole approach to the game changes. And the college bowl games, it changes big time. And I guess if you try to take some of the information that you learn during the season and apply it to those bowl games, it doesn't really work that well.
And that's why ski. Oh, sorry for cutting you off, Ragu. I'm sorry.
You're right.
This probably is some fish poop in my drink. So, just to say what Ski was saying, piggybacking what he was saying, he was jumping into basketball towards like conference tournaments. That's when it changes as well. So that's a sharp play to actually jump in like that. It's like double dutch almost, like, you know what I'm saying, back in the hood and shit. Go back to what you were saying, Ragu. Go ahead, finish up your thoughts. Sorry about that.
No, that was good. They weren't cutting me off. I was just, running my mouth as usual. But conference plays is a lot different. Playoff plays different, bowl plays. Every aspect of the game changes when you shift gears in all sports. Major league playoff, baseball. Like you say, conference play with basketball, tournament play with basketball. So it's all a different coaching style. It's a different mentality altogether. So you can take all the records. You can use the stats for what they are, but when it comes down to, to playing these different, angles and different, different betting perspectives, it's all different.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I got to get out of here, guys. It's Friday.
I just want to say hello. That was it.
Hey, it was great to see you, man. Especially knowing that you made it through a little adversity there, man. Great to see you.
I'm the Clemson. I'm going to be just like Clemson. Make the adversity move and jump on in and score a touchdown and leave on that note.
That's right. Go, man. So I want to make sure everybody that's watching, I want y'all to make sure y'all tune in Monday before the college football game. Light it up. Dom Ricci, all the prop bets for the game. I'll probably be on there as well.
You're definitely going to be on there. Big Ragu, and if Trot wants to come and do that with us, he's welcome.
Yep, and don't miss our new show that's been on consistently week in, week out. Wham Talk on Wednesdays. Make sure you turn into Wham Talk on Wednesdays, and definitely after Wednesday, show up on Thursday. Me and Big Ragu, the boss in the sauce, as usual, man. We keep everything locked and loaded over there. And then always we have this wonderful show right here on Fridays where we get to hang out, sip a couple drinks, fish poo, whatever you have, and have a good time, man. Have some wonderful guests. But shout out to our whole chat and everybody involved, man. We're going to head out of here. Anything you guys want to say to the people?
Just keep eating on Wednesdays, keep eating on Mondays, and keep eating on Wednesdays because the food is coming. These guys are doing a bang-up job. Our cast, all the cappers that we have are first-class, world-renowned handicappers. Just keep the hits coming, and we'll keep the money lining in your pockets.
Right.
That's what's good, man. And we out of here, man. We'll see y'all at the window.
All right.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Have a great weekend. Good luck on the games.